We got some new headlights and gonna get the front bumper repainted on this girl. April wanted the Spec D headlights with the little LED strips in them. So I figured while we did that, we'd go ahead and get the hood painted, or I'm sorry, the bumper painted, and touch up the hood and go ahead and install the lights. So today we're just going to pull the old bumper, disassemble it for paint, and install the headlights. So it'll be more of an instructional video than I'm used to, but hopefully won't do too bad. I'm showing y'all how to do a little bit with that. We won't have very good lighting in here, so we might try to set this up somewhere and just let it play. Since it's a little low, we're going to go ahead and put on some boards to allow us to put the jack just under the front instead of having to do both sides one at a time. First thing. With this, I always recommend you get the front tires off the ground, and you're going to be climbing on your back to get some of the fasteners off of the belly pan. So it's good to get you a little distance off of the front. It'll just help with ease of getting everything off. Up top, let's get to these up front, top up here.
Take these off first.
Up top, you have 6 10mm. 4 of those are holding in the lights, which you are removing. The other 2 that are holding the bumper are here and here. And then you'll have these 2 clips that hold the top of the bumper on. Having something plastic helps, but if you're real careful, you can do it with something metal, because you don't want your clips up top that everybody sees when you pop your hood looking rough.
And now that we're getting it repainted, but I don't want to.
Well, it doesn't matter, you don't want to crack it still. See, that's just the only way you can get them out, because you have to pull it out of this base.
Yes, I understand that. Took yours.
And then the only other way to do it would be to pull that, which you can't do, so you just pull it out. There you go. These are the only 2 you need to remove if you're just removing the bumper. Since we're going to go ahead and remove the headlights as well, we're going to go ahead and knock these 4 out, 2 on each side. Alright, on to the second one. It's harder to get a video of. If you're trying to get on something, yes. See, shoot out. There's the second one. You can see the bumper already starts coming and separating a little bit from that, because it's not a lot holding the bumpers on these, which is good for things like this. We're gonna repeat on this side. Remove the bottom 2 that attach it. Was there 2 down here? Is that how many attach this bottom piece, babe?
2, yes.
2, and then we're removing the 2 on the side to just allow access.
It's 2 on the bottom, but it's like there is there's 2 on the side, and then there's 1 on the inside.
Yeah,
I guess
but we're removing the 2 bottom to remove the front as one piece, and then removing the 2 sides to allow access to the tins. And since we're on a little tighter side on this side, we'll get this side knocked out and be right back with the rest. All right, so far we have the bolts and pins out of the top. Got the pins off the bottom. Also removed the two 10 millimeters right here that you will have to remove part of your plastics to get to. It's removed on both sides. You can sort of tell when they're good when this will sort of free. Let's see here. The clips to remove down here are here. Should be one there it's missing. Here. There's another missing one. Here.
I guess we have to take this off too.
And then that way will allow this to come off with the whole front end. But now that I'm looking at it, this bumper actually is missing the screws here, 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 and here. So in this case, I'm going to change what I was saying, and we're actually going to just remove these two Phillips heads. That looks like they have nuts and bolts on these Phillips heads. And that way we can go ahead and just remove the front bumper and leave this plastic piece intact. So that's actually,
mine is a different bumper.
Should be a little easier.
But it still should have.
Yeah, it's just how they did it, no problem. Guys, this is not factory, but hey, it's totally fine. Everything's done differently. This is a GXP front bumper on the G8, but they attach the same way. So this was just added to do it this way. When we go back, I might try to get some of those small 7 millimeter, I think, nuts in the front, and go ahead and put those on so that we're, oh, and I got it. All right, you're good. Pull it out.
Thank you.
Yep, that was a little nut and bolt action. I think they're 7. Yeah, they're real small, but yeah, they while I'm turning this, can you reach up there and grab that nut just like on the other one?
Oh Jesus, this is long again.
It's fine. It's fine, babe.
No, I know it's fine, but.
Why don't you thread it, see if you can thread the nut on the clean part. There you go. Is that coming out pretty good?
That's actually going to be easier, I think.
That's what I figured. These are very long bolts. There we go. There is the plug for the lights, and the whole bumper is wired from that one plug. So we're going to remove that one plug, and then we'll be able to remove all the lights without individually unplugging all the lights. All right. Pull this side down. After the bolts, you do have to pull up the little adapters that fit into the bumper, sort of holds it up. Did the same thing on the driver's side. Now, as you can see, the bumper's pretty loose. At this point, there's 4 clips holding it on. They are underneath the headlights on each side. Not sure if you can see them in there, but recommend using like a plastic tool or something that you can get in here without damaging the paint. If you use a normal screwdriver, you have to make sure you go underneath this lip that will protect it from scratching the bumper, especially the part that you can see. All right, that one's free. No damage to the paint. All right, that one's free. All right. As you can see, it was good. No damage to either side. It's always great. Oh, it might be all right. Yeah, it's about out. Yep, now you pretty much have your bumper in your hands. We have not disconnected the lights yet, so actually we can hold it right here. I'm gonna go get the quilt.
Here, I got it now.
Just set it right down on the quilt. It's fine.
I can't because it's connected on this side.
That shouldn't be. That means our wiring is different. Probably just clipped. Here, go ahead and unclip that wiring because it's not attached in any way. I got the bumper. Probably it. Yeah, it should be just clipped onto something because it doesn't tie in anyway. Unless they put something on differently. Is it ran behind this?
Yeah.
All right, this just pulls off. Usually pulls off a little easier, but there we go. RCR ram air plate. Oh,
Black.
they ran it behind the bumper, which is not a factory way. So
we just have to disconnect.
We would just disconnect all our lights on this one. But normally, now that I'm here, I'm going to show you the connector. Can you have that flashlight? That we normally disconnect, sorry. And this will allow you to, you disconnect this, and that'll allow you to have all the wiring with you. Fog lights, turn signals on both sides. Which is only 4 connections, but it's easier to be able to pull off of one all together. And there you go, you have your bumper. Now that the bumper is off, only a few more bolts and the headlights will come right out. Let me shine the light over here, it's hard to see. These bolts hold in this plastic retainer that is what holds your, here you can see where the bumper actually clips under there and here, and you just remove that so that you can get to the last 2 bolts on the headlight. These headlights are actually an aftermarket TYC headlight, but they're in really good shape. They're not factory, of course. And there's your headlights.
Sorry, I just got so much in my hands.
I'll hold it so you can just connect it so we can see it. And you have one plug that plugs in the entire headlight. All right. You got one clip on these headlights. Just pull that all the way up. All the way up, and it's not quite yet. There you go. And it, yeah. All right, got both headlights out. This is April Spec D's I got her. She really liked those. Look very similar to the stock headlights. A little more chrome inside of them. Actually, now that I see them compared to the factory ones, I didn't realize. Yeah, they've got more black in them, which honestly I don't even remember if that's factory or not. Where these have the chrome housings. Yeah, she's seeing these in my parents' car. She really liked them, so got us a set now.
They look exactly the same, except just chrome and a little strip.
Yep.
It's really.
Yep. And these literally go in the exact same way the other ones came off. I usually keep the plastic on the front just because that way, if you scratch it or something dings it, you don't have to worry about it too much. Pull that clip up. Yep, just clip in, lock it in place, and that's literally the only connection for these. They wire up, line up exactly like factory. There's no other wiring. You don't have to tie into anything anymore. I think some of the old ones you had to tie into your lights, where these are automatically pre-done.
Where's that other bolt?
On the ground, but we got this one first. We can do that one first. And these have 4 screws in them, bolts. They're 10s. Try to start all of these first so that we have a good good start, and we'll go ahead and put 2 of the top ones back in as well, so they're all started before we start tightening them. And actually the 2 sets that we've installed came pretty well aimed already, so I'm not gonna worry about that anyway.
Just didn't want it to flex too hard.
Goes really easy on the top ones. They're plastic and they're not really made for anything but support. We'll go ahead and snug up the bottom 2 tight, and then we'll finish the top 2 last. Go ahead and snug these up. Yep, very easy with these. These are also 10 millimeters on ours. They were removed at some point, and they are.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're 8s on this car. But normally these will be 10 millimeter as well.
There we go. This one I don't think was clipped into this little seat housing here.
Good.
I think this was a little bent.
Same thing with the other ones. These are plastic, so you don't want to over tighten. Yeah, it's just going into plastic and not a lot of. They have no play in them. And snug. They're going to be fine for what you're trying to do. Rinse and repeat on the other side, and we'll be back once they're in to test them out. All right. New headlights are in. These are Spec Ds. All right. Just turn the headlights on and see if these work. Oh wow, they are bright. Come here and check it out.
Are you gonna go ahead and line them up when we take it off the?
Cut your headlights off so we can see the things, if that'll work. And yeah. Like it's got your parking lights and your headlights on. See if you can like turn it down or, yep, perfect. Yep, there they are. This is what they look like. They are super bright. Wow. That's a good view there. And like I said, with my parents, they lined up perfectly, so I'm not gonna worry too much about lining them up, but we will check that. Wow, they look good. Here in the grills, bottom grills, fog lights, and let the painter do that. That way he can sort of take it apart, put it back together as he sees fit. And went ahead and buttoned it back down. Got most everything up besides the bumper. And new headlights are installed and looking good. Bumper's off and ready to bring the bumper to the paint shop. We're gonna leave it here for now. We're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna try to schedule a time to bring it maybe next Friday. Then we'll get that done. We'll be good to go.